welcome back to the Citizen channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. And our player rating show, as we look back at the Carabao Cup. It's our cup, it's nobody else's cup. Well, hopefully. Round 3 of the Carabao Cup on the 9th of November 2022. Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0. That'll do. Good game for the neutral. Yes, I think the clean sheet, a bit of luck, good goalkeeping, and yeah, the footballing gods were perhaps on our side a little bit. We'll chat about that anyway, and please check out my match stats show, which is Talking Points as well, for some more information on that. Right, the player rating show. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notifications. You know, these vlogs are coming out ever since City, past, present and forever, of course, and the good, the bad and the ugly. And there's a lot of good at the moment, isn't there? The very good and excellent, of course. It'd be great to have you on board. Spread the word, and please, if you can get a chance, if you're on Twitter yourself or YouTube, it's nice to get likes and thumbs up, isn't it? Of course it is. We all like that. So press that button for me. Make an old City fan very, very happy, or happier than he is already. Right, 7 changes to the Fulham game. Yeah, not unexpected. I expected about 8. I got 10 out of 11. I'm happy with that. Again, Pep's obviously keeping Foden back for some reason. I had Foden and not Gundogan in my team, but say I'll take 10 out of 11 for a cup game all day long. I think me and Pep are on the same wavelength these days. It won't last, guys, don't worry. So R11, Ortega, Lewis, Diaz, Laporte, Gomez, Roderick, Gundogan, Palmer, Mahrez, Grealish and Alvarez. And an interesting bench, yes, Ederson, Phillips, Stones, Aki, Haaland, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Akanji and Foden. There you go, there's the bench. No Cancelo. I think he's on the naughty step, isn't he? He can't play against Brentford anyway, can he? So don't blame Pep at all. Although he might have been injured, I don't know. Anyway, that's my feelings on it. Right, the ratings for the Manchester Evening News, which we start with. We've got Mr. Tyrone Marshall. Yeah, he's done 1 or 2 this season. Obviously, Simon fancied the night off, with it only being the Carabao Cup. Simon Bukowski. So Tyrone Marshall in charge of the ratings. Yeah, he's okay. He's fine. Yeah, we differ on a couple, not too much. Right, let's get on to the guys. Let's get on to the team. Right, Steph, let me know yours as well, please. Let me know your thoughts. I know plenty of you do. So it's all opinions, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. And it is hard. I don't watch this back. It's pure. I say I did start to and did a special show with it, but I just don't have the time to rewatch games back at the moment. So this is just based on being stood there in the stand watching from my viewpoint, trying to take things in. Sometimes the emotion of the game, the atmosphere affects what you're seeing on the pitch. So please forgive my marks anyway if they're not quite what you think or what your version of it was. Because, yeah, you'll see different... I know it myself. You see totally different games, different people see totally different games from different players. Right, quickly, here we go. Stefan Ortega. Tyrone said, possibly the best number 2 goalkeeper in the Premier League now. Yeah, positionally brilliant off his line and made some excellent saves. Deserves to play more often, but how? Very interesting. Yeah, Tyrone's given an 8. I give him an 8.5. I think it'll be a night he'll remember. Arguably, his best save was actually the one that was flagged for offside. It was a superb save, but of course he didn't know and no one else knew at the time. He will keep Ederson on his toes. I mean, I have questioned perhaps whether this is the start of a Spice Girls moment, yeah, where number 2 becomes 1 at some stage, something like that. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I had to stick that in. I'm an old man. It takes me a while to think up these little things. So yeah, who knows? We might see the start of that, but certainly not yet. But certainly it might be the start of something, and anything that will make Ederson better as well. Great. And now on to the defence. Yeah, as a unit, I thought we got exposed at times, really, and only poor finishing, of course, Ortega, and a bit of luck kept us a clean sheet. So marking-wise, they're perhaps not as high as some of the other players, or so this is it. I've been fair to him. I've not gone mad. I've not dropped him really down. But here we go. Rico Lewis, Tyrone said, was given a tough time by fellow teenager Lewis Hall. Especially for one chance that Hall should have scored, but he was a threat on the overlap. Yes, he's given a 6. I'm going to give him a 6.5. I'm not going to be cruel. I'll give him a 6.5. It was good experience. He did some good stuff, but it was a very warm reception by Chelsea, wasn't it? I mean, I was quite impressed with Chelsea at times. They looked daft, they looked rubbish at times, and other times they looked really good. And I think this is Potter's just trying to get this team playing well. So yeah, I was quite impressed with Chelsea. I thought he did okay, mixed fortunes. But it's fine. He got out of it, got the experience, and that's all that counts in games like this. Ruben Diaz, Tyrone said, took over the captaincy when Gundogan went off and had a pretty comfortable night, never troubled by the dangerous Amanda Brozier. Well, yeah, he's given a 7. I've given him a 6.5. I think he was occasionally troubled because Chelsea had quite a few chances. But he coped okay. He was fine. As I say, he's in the position at the moment where he's perhaps not our number. These Diaz and Laporte are not number one centre halves, which you wouldn't have thought that a while back, but he's in that sort of position. Laporte himself made one excellent last-ditch tackle, said Tyrone in the first half, having looked to be struggling earlier in the game, a little to worry him. So Tyrone's given him a 7 as well. Again, I think a little bit generous. I've given him a 6.5, the same as the other defenders. And much the same as Diaz's sentiments, really, on his performance last night. Sergio Gomez, he was a more interesting one. Tyrone said, provided a whip down the left and did link up well with Grealish, but could have done more with his final ball, yeah. He's given him a 6. Again, I've given him a 6.5. I thought he was energetic, it was okay. And what he does with Grealish doesn't happen with Cancelo with Grealish, because I think, obviously, Gomez accepts his secondary to Grealish, as opposed to Cancelo, who thinks, obviously, is as good, if not better. So it makes a better sort of fist of it down that left-hand side with Grealish and Gomez. And so, of course, Grealish was playing deeper and taking people on as well. So very different. And I think he works better with Grealish than Cancelo. So, yeah, Gomez was okay. So a couple of fizzed in balls defensively, yeah, okay, like the rest of them. We let things through, but hey, again, good experience for him. Rodri Tyrone said Chelsea looked to threaten the counter at times in the first half, but City generally had control of midfield. A solid rather than spectacular outing. Yeah, I would say I was solid with this old Rodri Gundogan double pivot. Yeah, it's not the most exciting. It's okay when we're in control, but it does get bypassed for me. Tyrone's given him a 6. I give him a 6. Just steady, really. As I said, it's nothing spectacular, and it's the Rodri and Gundo, which we'll talk about now, do get bypassed a little bit at times against sort of nippier teams, and Chelsea look quite pacey when they didn't have the ball and when they had the ball at times. Gundogan, Tyrone says, similar to Rodri, yep, not quite as sharpish with some of his passing in the first half, with Chelsea hard to break down. Yeah, so again, for me, Gundogan and Rodri can be linked together. Tyrone's given him a 6, I give him a 6 as well. He did bits, but as I said, a bit creaky, that double pivot at times against teams, certainly against a half-decent team like Chelsea, and they are half-decent. Potter's beginning to got them organised, if not totally firing. Riyad Mahrez, Tyrone said, very quiet in the first half, but came to life after the break. Won a free kick from which he scored and then was involved in a second goal as well. Yeah, I totally agree. He's given a 7. I've given him a 7 because he scored the goal, and it's sort of like a assist as well, wasn't it? I know the goalkeeper got an hand to it. Does that still count as an assist? I'm not too sure. So he's much better the second half. He got a bit of luck with that free kick. It's one of the worst walls I've seen in my life. I mean, no one half of them jumped, half of them didn't, and he sort of went through it, and he sort of didn't even he didn't get it up and over. He sort of got it sort of up and through, because the Chelsea wall was pretty abysmal. Even the draft excluder at the bottom didn't seem right. But yeah, I'll give Mahrez a 7, like Tyrone has, because he was fine in that second half, but not the greatest first half. But you either love him or you hate him, don't you? That's the trouble with Mahrez. Cole Palmer, Tyrone said, very bright in the early stages, showing excellent close control. Excuse me. Finding space smartly. A little quieter in the second half, but an encouraging night. Yeah, I'd have to echo that. He's given him a 7. Again, I've given him a 6.5. I'm not going to go mad. He's not one of these players that will create, and obviously he was with Rodri and Gundo there. He was like the guy we wanted to create things, and that's not particularly his strength as such at this point in time. So it's a bit hard for him, I thought. And as Tyrone said, he started pretty well, but he did, I did miss him a lot of the game where I couldn't really see him. Thought, oh, there he is. And where I'd gone 10 minutes without seeing it and actually doing anything. So, yeah, a little bit inexperienced at this sort of level, because let's face it, I know Chelsea weren't full strength, but it was still an experienced Chelsea side. So it pretty showed last night, but it was okay. It was fine. Jack Grealish, Tyrone says, somehow he didn't score despite what seemed like a personal battle with Mendy. outstanding all night. Those shades of the old Grealish with his dribbling ability to glide past players, and Tyrone's given him an 8, and I give him an 8 as well, my second highest score. He did everything but score for City. He was our main threat, and he will be disappointed he didn't get on the score sheet. But in all fairness, these shots of his have got to be whizzed in a little bit more. They're very, very sort of side footy, aren't they? They're not the shots that goalkeepers can save from distance, but going from deep, he was superb. Going at defenders, and that's the Grealish you want to see. And sometimes that's the Grealish we don't see because Pep doesn't play that tactic. He's more stuck out on the left and up front. You know, he doesn't get the chance to sort of get up ahead of speed. But I thought he had a very good game last night. You know, I always stick up for him, but say a goal would have been nice. Again, the nearly man with Jack, nearly a perfect game, but not quite. Julian Alvarez. Tyrone said maybe a little too deep in the first half, but linked play well and still had chances. Much better after the break. A brilliant crossfield pass in the build-up to his own goal, it certainly was. So he's given him an 8. Yeah, I've given Alvarez a 7.5, scored a goal. I think he struggled a bit in the first half. He was in the right spot, and that ball across to Mahrez in the first place. He just knew Mahrez was going to trap it nicely. He was on the end of it then to score a goal, and it's just great for Julian to get the game time, and that's what he wants, and he and City will benefit from it. So I was quite happy with that. The subs, Calvin Phillips on 50 minutes, great to see him back. Badly needed this run out, said Tyrone, to prove his fitness for England. Yeah, well, it's like Walker, isn't it? Come back and just play for England, probably get injured again, and try to get up to speed with City. Rusty, but the minutes mattered most at Tyrone. So give him a 6. I'm going to give him a 6.5. There's one or two poor passes that went astray, but I thought his liveliness and sort of him and Bernardo coming on for Rodri and Gundogan was just a breath of fresh air, wasn't it? In fairness to that middle of the pitch. So yeah, I thought he played adequately in that role, and certainly no worse perhaps than Rodri had played previously. So I was quite happy. Good to get a save back. Not everything was right. A couple of dodgy passes, but fine for me. Rodri has a couple of good dodgy passes every game, doesn't he? So what? So that was okay with Calvin Phillips. 6 from Tyrone, 6.5 from me. Bernardo Silva, who came on at the same time. Brighton midfield, said Tyrone, and showed some neat footwork at times. Came on just as City turned the screw. He did. So he's given a 7. Again, I've given him a 6.5. It's always good. We know we don't have to say anything about Bernardo. We know he's going to liven things up, and he's certainly livened that middle of the pitch up. As I say, for the old Statler and Waldorf when they went off, Rodri and Gundo. Nathan Ackett only got 10 minutes, didn't he? So no time to mark for me, but Simon Tyrone gave him a 6 anyway. There you go, City man of the match. I don't think, some people give it Grealish. I don't think there's any doubt that it's Ortega. City give it him. I'll give it him. And please check out my Talking Point show, which includes a match report, stats and facts, and some more little thoughts on Ortega and Grealish, etc., etc. It'd be great to see you over there. That should be available on Thursday afternoon, so check that out if you get a chance. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your player ratings. Let me know your man of the match. Let me know your thoughts. It'd be great to hear from you. And it'll soon be time, yes, Friday, it'll be the Brentford preview and the Brentford odds show, yes, as they come thick and fast. And then we get a break, don't we? Well, we don't get a break here at the Citizen Channel. There'll be loads of stuff over the World Cup for City fans, not just England fans or Brazil fans or Argentinian fans or whatever. Anyway, join me then. Let me know. Please give us your comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Until we meet again, that's one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.